Hey everyone, it's that guy over there bringing you my third and final GT um, kind of goals prep list for 2015. So Tyranids I've been playing for a long time, since 2008 now. With the I'm gonna say competitively. Before that, as much as a little kid can compete. I mean, I was playing back when shoot the big ones was a rule. Way back, probably 2004 time frame. So uh, anyway, I've been playing them quite a while, and I haven't been playing them as recent much. And now I feel like the game has progressed to the point where I don't understand Tyranids anymore. I mean, I've got so many models. I've played a lot of games with them, and whenever I look at playing a list or making a list for some kind of tournament, I really don't have any understanding of how the units will perform. So whenever I sit down to make a list, I always come up with some. I don't even have the new Skyblight formation models. I mean, I have 90 gargoyles, but I don't have the harpies and the hive crones. Um, and if I just were to paint up some wings and magnetize them on, I mean, I have enough hive tyrants to do, a 4 hive tyrant list and all that, flying around. But that just seems so spammy and so uh, one-sided, unbalanced, that I don't know. I don't know how that would be, actually. I don't know what that would look like on the table and perform. So I've always favored balanced Tyranid lists. I remember when I was back in my heyday, uh, the lists I would take was um, Tyranid primes, because they're so cheap. It was like for 100 points or something, you could have with Lash of Bone Sword, Toxin Sacks, I mean, all this stuff, and they had rerolling ones with the silent. So I had two of those guys, and just my countercharge units. I had my obligatory 9 Hive Guard, so 2 Terragons with enough troops to make them troop choices. Gargoyles, I had a big brood of Gene Stealers, because 4+ cover save and 4+ feel no pain meant 75% of the hits you took, you negated. I had some Shrikes with Bone Swords. That was a fun unit. And then as many Terragons or Trigons as I could fit in. And I just felt like that was a really good list, and I just really did well with it. And once 6th edition came out with the new psychic powers, I had a Swarm Lord. That's why the Lord of the Swarm is the name of the channel. I'd always take the Swarm Lord with his Tyrant Guard. He'd be like Strength Toughness 9. He'd have It Will Not Die, and just plow through everything. Just a really cool with the Venom Thropes back when they only gave 5+ cover saves. It was just so good. And then now in 7th edition, I feel like all that stuff is still there, so I don't understand why that wouldn't work. And maybe I should just, you know what, let me bring out my 5th edition Tyranid list and see how much it costs now, because I'm sure it's cheaper, and what it can do, and then work up from there. Maybe that would be something worth doing. But I just see all the I'm going to call them the serious business Tyranid players. They bring as many flyer ints as they can, as many hive crones. They take the 2 harpies just so that they can have the formation, and then with the muculid spore mines, they I mean, you can just take 15-point troop choices. So you can take that Tyranid formation with the where it gives you an additional HQ slot, but you have to take 3 troop choices. So for 45 points, you unlock that to get your 4. Well, you get 3, and then you get a 4th one through the Sky Blight. And I see that being a competitive list, but I just don't have the models for it. Uh, I don't know if that's really what I want to play either. I mean, it's just really bizarre. Uh, so, because you just take 1 Venom Throat, just give as much cover saves as you could to make it through the first turn until you could start flying, and then I guess you just go from there. It would probably do really well, to be honest. I just wish I could take a little bit more unique stuff. I know somebody was posting up they called it Lictor Shame. It was 8 single lictors, because they took the Death Leaper formation, and uh, they had some flyer ints, of course, and some Molochs, and like spore mines, all the things that you think would not be very good, and they were crushing people's face with it. They won some GT up in the West Coast somewhere, but you know, I don't know. I feel like he did win, and it was GT, and it was supposed to be competitive. But so many of the tournaments I'm looking to go to and around here have kill points, and they would just be like, okay, there's one dead lictor, that's a kill point. Another dead lictor, I killed your spore mines. I killed, you know, everything. And from what I understand, that particular tournament didn't have kill points, so it was a little bit easier for him to win. And the lists I come against have so much shooting that I just feel like they would, like, one squad of fire warriors would kill a lictor every turn, and all the squads of fire warriors would just be done. And then the Eldar Dark Eldar player, he one venom would kill this thing, one venom would kill this thing, one, and then I mean it wouldn't take very long before he had killed my whole army. So and I don't know, I mean that wasn't their experience there at the tournament, so maybe I should try it before I dismiss it. But I do have the lictors for it. I actually have that list. I could play that list tomorrow because I have all the models for it. But um, I don't know. I'd like it to be good. Maybe I should start there. I don't know. I've got two starting points. If I just fall back to my old Tyranids of old, uh, that used to do so well, and then tweak from there, or do I go with this one? Because nowadays with like Night Titans and um, incredible amounts of shooting coming from seemingly very small units, like for instance Wave Serpents or anything Dark Eldar, uh, or Tau even, you're it seems like the lists that I used to run wouldn't work as well. Uh, so maybe this Lictor Shame is the way to go, or I don't know. I guess I'm, whereas every other video had a point. I guess the point of this video was I don't understand Tyranids anymore. I feel so without playtesting some more. But I think that comes from more of me just not having a dedicated list that I'm playing all the time. Because I have so many models, I take a different list every time, which does well or doesn't do well. My local group is kind of new. We're kind of starting over, so I don't really get a good uh, indicator of how well it actually did after playing, because um, it's just the things everybody's taking it's because they're starting over new. I'm not taking these guys to any sort of competitive event, so it's hard to know how they would perform. And then in an effort to make the game more enjoyable for everybody, I toned down my list to be more at a level where the new players can learn and have some success. And then there was a guy, he's since moved, who brought Eldar and Dark Eldar together, and then he just completely destroyed me because again I was stepping down my list for everybody else. So I guess I should just take all those mental reservations I have out of my mind, maybe start playing at some more competitive events and have a better direction to go. But I'm definitely leaning towards a more balanced list. I don't really. I have one Harpy Hive Chrome kit, which is still in its wrapper. I mean, I haven't even opened it up, but I would prefer to go for it with a more conventional Tyranid list. I'd love to have the Swarm Lord back in and go for what I used to do, where I felt like I had one, maybe two of everything, and then go from there and just be balanced enough to persevere and win through in the day. So um, anyway, if you have any thoughts, I'm constantly looking over YouTube to find Tyranid battle reports, but uh, I see everybody else is kind of um, either they're not taking the Tyranids to a super competitive level. So I don't know if maybe I just follow suit and try not to make something competitive that isn't. But I don't know. May all fit in the LAN. I haven't played with the living artillery node, but with the amount of formations now, it's just the game. The Tyranid options got so big so fast. I don't know what's good anymore. So I'm still experimenting, still figuring it out. So, but if anyone could post up anything that would help me out, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you again soon. All right. Thank you for your time.